Think your lashes have hit their limit? Discover limitless length and full volume with Maybelline Sky High Mascara. The Flex Tower brush bends to volumize and extend every single lash from root to tip. And the lightweight bamboo-infused formula makes lashes feel weightless. Now in 8 bold shades so you can take your lashes to new heights every day. Visit Maybelline.com to shop Sky High Mascara now.
When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Hello, Michael.
Merry
Ho,
Christmas.
ho. You'll shoot your eye out. Get that thing out of your hand.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho.
Yes, it is the season. I keep hearing of mass wintry mixes all over the place. So nice of my family to broadcast when they know what's going on. Whatever. So is life. This is part of life. As I was saying, it chilled down here. I know you guys got snow. I've talked to a lot of people who've just gotten some, like Mother Nature has decided she's going to be like in force this year, it sounds like.
Yeah, today sucked. Working outdoors today for a little bit, and we had like 38 to 42 degrees and rain snow mix. And
Ooh.
yes, I got cold and wet, and it was not fun. We were all grouchy.
The worst is, worse with that is not, it's like you said, you got cold and wet. It's like you could
Yeah.
deal with one or the other, but when you put those two together, yeah, it's just a new level of suck.
I'll take 10 degrees and snow over 40 degrees of rain. It was bad.
I agree. I agree with that 100%. So as we talk about all these annoying things or lovely things, depending on what the mix looks like, right? Because a nice blanket of snow looks beautiful for the holidays. It makes you think of different things when you look outside. And usually those are good old holiday movies.
A Christmas time on
Yeah.
mistletoe.
The things you sit down with a hot cup of cocoa, maybe with the kids, maybe with the wife, or maybe you're a sadist and you just have the Hallmark Channel on 24/7 right now. I don't know.
There's not enough rum, Joe. There's not enough rum.
The day after Thanksgiving, I'm pretty sure my daughter woke me up to Mariah Carey Christmas shit. So,
Oh, my wife's been doing that since mid-November, so I got you beat on that.
yes, you do. Thankfully, it hasn't been like you know, Coles in here 24/7 with the music playing, but I just turn the internet off at that point.
I come home from school and work. It's playing on the on the Amazon for the dog because she has to have the Christmas spirit.
Well, you could have the spirit 24/7. You just don't need the music to go with it, right? But whatever. Whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy, whatever
Mhm.
makes you. So, Mike, in that spirit, let's talk about Christmas movies for a little bit. All right.
Ah, yeah. Your
So,
Yuletide Slam Jam.
yeah. So, Mike, let me ask you this. Let's get a little definition in our opinion. All right. For you, what defines a movie that you would consider you'd watch it and be like, all right, that's a Christmas movie. It had these X elements for me in particular. What makes you feel jolly and Christmassy when you watch a movie?
Honestly, mine's pretty weak sauce. As long as there's snow and it's being somewhat of a holiday setting of any kind, or some part of it is a holiday setting,
Mhm.
I can dig it. Yeah, like even we'll go what we consider a Thanksgiving movie, but Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Me, that could be just a wintertime movie because it's just kind of all holiday season, but it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, more seasonal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at it and I'm with you on most of that. I expect the snow, but again, You can't define it only by that because, right, there's places that got snow 24/7. They all got that going on. I think there has to be at least you gotta have at least one token Christmas song played at some point throughout during the movie, you know?
That's reasonable.
I'd say, a reference to Kris Kringle. If it's on, in my opinion, if it's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, I mean, even the theme, I don't care how crazy it is, it's still unless they literally never touch on Christmas, period, and they other than saying what day it is, if it's a John Wick movie and you never see a single jingle ball, but you happen to hear, "Oh, it's the 25th of December. Pop, pop, pop." Well, alright, fine, that's the only reference.
Well, isn't one of the assassins in one of the John Wick an actual Santa Claus?
What, like in real life?
Well, like in the John one of the John Wick movies. I don't know if it
I
was
don't
1, 2,
think
3, or
so.
4.
There might have been one who maybe came out at some point trying to kill him and was dressed up as Santa at that point, but I'm gonna have to watch him again. I don't remember. They seem to come out of the woodworks from everywhere, so nothing would surprise me. That's for sure. It was always an impressive thing I thought about those movies. But yeah, so I'm gonna go. If there's any mentioning of Christmas flair for me, seasonally, I prefer the snow, but I'm not gonna require it because I don't get it. So, you know, if it feels holly jolly in any fucking manner, I'm gonna call it a Christmas movie, okay? Um,
Oh,
so with that, let's start before we talk about our feelings on specific memories. Let's talk about a few Christmas movies out there that, they're the controversial ones, all right? We could go, I can give you a softball. A Christmas Story. Well, is that even look at the name. Woo!
yeah, it's pretty self-evident. It's a Christmas movie.
Miracle on 30
Yeah, I mean, even though it sways throughout the entire year through some of the film, but yeah,
with the baby.
it has to deal with Santa Claus.
Okay. Now, before we get into some of the real controversial ones, I'm gonna do one I think is
Mhm.
could be on the cusp, depending on how you look at it. And we'll go with the Bill Murray edition because we all love Bill Murray, even though I actually like Scrooge McDuck. So what about Scrooge?
Scrooge is definitely there, but as much as I liked that, sentiment to me is the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Okay, so so here's the thing. All right, Christmas Carol. The name is in there and does go along with the theme. So
Sure.
it is definitely a Christmas movie. I would agree there. But is the overarching theme of it just that this guy's a miser and it just happens to be Christmas that, is the needle that breaks the back? Because that's when he actually sees who he's screwing the most? Could you take that movie and do it a different time of year and it would be just fine?
Well, you definitely could. You could put it in a different scenario. I mean, you could do it during a charitable contribution during a disaster or something like that, and it could be relayed the same way, or some kind of FEMA rescue. I don't know. I was watching something the other day that people from a person. I wish I had written this down, but they went into the actual depth of what um, Scrooge was about and stuff. And was it more or less that was he an evil person, or did he really just think everybody should be a little bit more conservative monetarily than they were? And he
Gotcha.
thought everybody was poor because he was willing to suffer just like everybody else
With all his money.
for
Yeah.
his with all of his money, because he had money, because he was frugal, and thought everybody else was crazy nutbags because they just woohoo throw it to the wind. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, that's a good point. Sure, but you're missing the point.
Yeah.
You got
You gotta live it before you can't take it with you. And again, the point that probably makes it non-arguable that it's a Christmas movie is, I mean, every movie they do, he wakes up, throws open the windows. Thank God I didn't miss Christmas. It's still Christmas. It's bam, right there, So, okay, you ready, Mike? Let's go with the one that
I'm ready.
we're both gonna agree on, but I almost got kicked out of a holiday party because of this last year. Die Hard, baby. Is it a Bruce Willis movie? Is it a Christmas movie? Or is it just an action flick that takes place in Nakatomi Tower?
No, 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 no. I don't care. But yeah, it's wintertime. It's Chicago. It's Bruce Willis. It's Christmas trees and Santa Claus. It's I got a machine gun. Ho ho ho.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, there's no
It's
debate.
it's LA, not Chicago.
Oh, I messed it up because of the one guy, the black fellow that always plays the cop, the dad.
Oh, the guy from Family Matters? Yes. When he's buying the
Yeah,
ticket for his wife. Well, one, he
yeah.
Bruce Willis shows up with a Christmas present to a Christmas party on Christmas Eve. I mean, and in the end, he uses Christmas tape to finish the bad guy. Come on, there literally is no debate on that one. There's just way too many Christmas references throughout start to finish. Boom, boom. I don't care. But yes, it was a Christmas party. Actually, it wasn't last year. It was 2 years ago. But dress up as your favorite Christmas character from, whatever. I went full Die Hard. Like I even put dude, I mean the fake blood on a white beater tighty whitey. Dirt. I put dirt on my face. I got a cheap light gun that I taped to my back. I mean, did everything. I went all out. Dirty feet and all.
Nice.
It was gorgeous. And I actually ended up getting a consolation prize, because but the host was not, she was very anti. That's not whatever. People loved it.
She
And I
was
looked
biased.
yes, and I looked dead sexy. So okay, you ready? Here's another one that you can argue, I think, because the title will not give it away. A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare
Good
Before
old
Christmas.
Jack Skellington. He just gets bored with Halloween and wants more, so he's looking for another holiday to take over
Yeah.
and have joyousness, and it just happens to be Christmas is when he takes over. But do you pull that out to watch with your kids on Christmas? Mine asks for that around Halloween.
So I am a slacker listening, even though I can appreciate the art form of what is The Nightmare Before Christmas. It never held my attention. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that one. But like I said, I appreciate it and I give it props for what it is. My personally, I'm more of it's a Halloween thing because you got skeletons, monsters, and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean I can see it both ways. But I'm gonna have to say for me, it's more of a Halloween film. It I don't know. There's only a select few people I know that put Jack Skellington's decorations on their Christmas trees. They
Okay.
usually put them on Halloween stuff like that. Even with his Santa Claus hat, they put them on their front lawns around here.
Yeah, I know. I know some people that actually see it as their ability to get a gateway drug into Christmas at Halloween because you can cross over with it, right?
Yeah.
So I love it. I think it's a great movie. I like anything Tim Burton does. I think the way that it's animated was really cool, especially for its time. I enjoy it.
Fabulous.
But am I going to pull it out in the next week with my kids and say, "All right, we're watching Christmas movies." I'm not putting it on the list. I'm sorry. I think sure the theme might be there. You could argue it any which way. Yeah, he dresses as Santa, he kidnaps Santa, but there's movies about people trying to kidnap Santa 24/7 all throughout the year. So I mean, give me a break with that one. So yeah, I wanna argue with you. I would put it on. I mean, it's AC/DC. Maybe I would
Mhm.
go with the seasonal time frame. But reality, you ain't gonna watch that on Thanksgiving either because it definitely doesn't fit.
No.
Yeah, I wanna disagree with you, Mike, other than I like it. It does capture me more than you, which, okay, at least we got
Yes.
something to disagree with there, but not a Christmas movie. Sorry, your kids aren't asking for it.
No.
If they are, you haven't shown them enough other good Christmas movies, like the next one we're gonna talk about, and I know we both agree on this one too, but I know some people will fight it, but they're idiots. This is one you cannot argue. This is even harder to argue against than Die Hard, Mike. Gremlins. I mean, let's see. For
All right.
starter, wait, I'm gonna give you my top 3 list reasons why I'd say it's Christmas movie, whatever the hell you wanna say. Besides the fact that it happens takes place on Christmas. Gizmo is a Christmas gift. Literally.
True.
He's a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
And again, takes place during Christmas. There's Christmas themes throughout the whole movie, literally from
It's
start to
Christmas
finish.
during the entire movie.
So, I mean, other than the fact that it's got gremlins in it and something goes squish, squish in a blender, can you think of
So
any reason you would argue it?
the only reason why any family member, again, this would be an age appropriate movie, but the only reason why anybody would steer that away from the opposite side of the fence here is because of the story that the girl tells about how they discovered her dad. Sorry, spoilers, everybody, how her dad was trying to play Santa Claus and died in the chimney. And the only reason why they discovered him is because he died in the chimney and they smelled it because they lit a fire. So,
But
I mean, the
okay,
blender thing is kind of, but yeah, once you hit that one dark point of why she hates Christmas, it's
but
all
it's
like,
still well, so she's even telling you it's a Christmas movie then.
yeah, absolutely. I agree. But that is definitely, so Die Hard, I could let my 10-year-old watch as long as you're okay with F bombs. But Gremlins, that one story there, if they have one inkling of understanding what that story really means and how messed up the tale is, that's gonna have to wait. What does he mean, Dad? What's she mean? He was in the chimney and it started smelling funny. I don't understand.
I think I'd
Is it
still
a
let my kid
Christmas
watch.
film? I can harness with you because your kids are of age and you can groove with them. But as far as it being a Christmas movie, I can break out without having any reservations in a family situation and like, all right, watching Gremlins with young kids like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Of course, I'm a little bit more liberal with my language in my house, so F-bombs never bothered me in machine guns. I grew up with the stuff. But yeah, that one dark story there, I still remember as a kid, me dropping my jaw going, "What?"
Really?
That
See,
was
that
messed
didn't
up.
even I didn't even remember that part of the story until you brought it up. I had to think, Mike, what is Mike? Oh, yes, it did happen. He's not crazy.
Yeah, that's
But
why
my
she
kids,
hates Christmas.
my kids have seen it since they were young, young, young. So I'm not, it is a little violent though, without the F-bomb.
Oh,
I
hell
mean,
yeah.
you do get to see something explode in a microwave. I mean, it just kinda so it definitely pushed the boundaries for a pseudo kids movie. I think they considered it more of a horror movie back then when it came out, but big props for Spielberg, and I mean, I can remember being very, very tiny wanting a little stuffed gizmo for Christmas.
I
So,
had one.
yeah, I'm sure I did. What age? I don't know, but I know I was young. I was, 11 or under, probably, if not under,
Mhm.
right? So, alright, I'm gonna go with it. Are you ready for the next one? This is an interesting one, and I never thought about this one. And I did a little bit of research before today because I wanted to have a few that were a little more out there that I never knew were controversial. So, Batman Returns, considered a controversial could be Christmas movie because it does take place during Christmas. As I thought about it, there are a lot of actual Christmas themes. Some of the, bad guys dress up as it, So it's, yeah. And I know some people will say that they kinda give it to it because the overarching theme of the movie is, 2 people that grew up without parents still learn to prosper, and I don't know if the Penguin really prospered all that well other than, like,
Mm,
a week's worth of
no.
time with the movie, but, Danny DeVito killed it. So, I mean, what would be your thoughts on that one? I'm gonna say nay,
So
personally, but that's me.
I'm gonna say Batman Returns. Yeah, no. Only because it's Batman. I don't know that there's one. See, Die Hard is an action hero thing. With Batman, that's you're going to DC Comics and stuff. And I think even if the director of that and the writer of DC Comics ever thought that anybody saw any of their Batman's faces
It's a holiday theme.
consider a Christmas movie, I mean, setting maybe, but and I get because the Penguins, there's kind of like this North Pole theme that they had going on because he was a penguin. Yeah, he was the penguin. But yeah, I'm gonna say no, only because the dark overtones of Gotham. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one.
Now, I
Yeah,
will
that
disagree with you on the Die Hard versus Batman comparison there because, Batman's a bad man. He's got a lot of time to prepare usually for stuff. I think in a pinch, John McClane's whoop his ass because he's more resourceful on the cusp without any preparation, and to say that, I guarantee you there are people out there, Mike, not to look at other holidays, but I bet there are some people that would see a comparison, this is gonna be blasphemy, to, whichever of the Dark Knights with Christian Bale, the one where Bane breaks his back and he gets thrown in that pit and he has to heal, find himself, and resurrect himself out of this thing. I guarantee you there's someone out there who's like, "This is the equivalent of Jesus on Easter." Telling you, it's there. There's a cult out there that believes it. You could make an equivalent for all these kind of things in any sort of weirdness of that, but
And I think that's the type of people that would do that would be the type of people that are trying to justify them watching such a movie
right.
to their friends who would snark at them for watching said movie in their church. But
Yeah,
wait, it parallels. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, oh yeah.
dream on. But, yeah, I think as we were talking about, is this a movie that you would put on for your family or think even cross your mind during, say, the 3-week span surrounding Christmas? No.
No,
No, not gonna happen, sorry. So, boom. Alright, you ready for another fun one?
yeah,
This is where we go into because now we're still in the action. We're talking action, Mike. And the next couple are gonna be fun. Silent Night.
Joe, that's definitely a Christmas movie. It says it all I say. Silent Night, Deadly Light. It's even got Santa Claus in the cover with the hatchet coming out the chimney.
Santa don't always have to be good, does he?
No, no, and sometimes it's refreshing to see he's an asshole.
So okay, so it's one that you're saying is a definite. You might not pull it out as a family Christmas music movie, but if you and the
Oh, that's
missus
a
or the
guilty
buddies,
pleasure.
yeah, okay. Either you watch it by yourself
Mhm.
while you're just, in the mood, you're tired of wrapping presents, or you know the family's coming and you gotta burn off some sage and stuff in the house and see a lot of death.
That would
I
be
mean,
the equivalent of my uncle watching Bill Maher's Religulous on Christmas Day at my grandmother's house.
my goodness. Oh
I
my
looked
goodness.
at him like, "What the hell are you all watching?" My uncle's like, "Religulous, Bill Maher."
Religion,
I went, I know this movie. It's Christmas at your mom's house."
right?
He's like, "Right? Isn't it awesome? I love America." I was like,
You know
Jesus, it's like he wanted to start a fight.
Of course. My brother's done that. And I would also put the regular just Silent Night up there, right there with this one. Have you seen that one? The dude from, Stranger Things is Santa Claus.
That one I have not seen.
Okay, super action. I wouldn't call it as horror as the other one, but Santa whoop some ass. It's fantastic. It is
It's called Silent Night.
just Silent Night. Yeah, it's right above B level, it's not super, super bad cheesy, but it is definitely fun Christmas. Not something you watch with the kids, yeah, but I'm
At
saying
least
go
not for
for it.
another couple years.
Well, I mean, your boy is actually closer to that age that he could probably handle it just fine. I mean, as much as Deadpool
Yeah.
is like a staple for every 8-year-old in the world at this point in time, but it's one of the it's just one of those movies where you don't think that you'd ever wanna turn on with a kid, It's pretty good. But it's just fun, 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 fun madness. So, that goes along with if we're talking about language, and maybe not with the kids, but something you would watch for fun, have you seen Bad Santa with good old Billy Bob Thornton?
Oh, yes, yes, and that I'm sorry, that is definitely a guilty pleasure Christmas movie. I will drink to that. First time I saw that, I was skeptical, and then, of course, his counterpart, his little elf sidekick, I was
Yeah,
yeah, they were great. I mean, if there was an Oscar for such a movie, I think they should have gotten it because I still enjoy watching that movie from time to time.
that's funny, and
Whether it's Christmas or not, it's just great.
and honestly, Santa it's the perfect time of year to commit a crime, to steal shit, to be maybe not a little
Oh, yeah.
happy and be naughty. I mean, unfortunately, it is a jovial time of the year, but
Not
it's also
everybody sees it that way.
well, exactly, and it's also a time where people put their blinders on. So, if you're trying to take advantage, it is definitely the time of the year to do that.
Oh,
1
yeah.
billion percent. I mean, it would be sad to say, but how many times do you think there's been people out there and dressed as Santa with a quote unquote Salvation Army bucket that ain't sanctioned, and they're just
Mhm.
walking home with some cash, from there's
I
hundreds.
sometimes wo and I sometimes wonder that some of the sketchy people that are ringing the bell outside of some grocery stores, like, you don't look like the normal type of person that's usually ringing this bell.
And that pot doesn't even look like it looks like it's a Home Depot bucket you spray painted last second and put a lid on and cut a slit in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's
what you got another one for me?
I got a few more. I got a few more. You ready? You ready? This is a good one.
Huh?
Not as clear cut as Die Hard by any means, but I know some people are die hard about it and say it is a Christmas movie. And anyone who's not in the right age range, I apologize, but I'm going old school with Lethal Weapon. It all takes place
Yeah.
I mean, it is very heavily themed in Christmas. There's a fight. I mean, there's like a shootout and a fight in a Christmas tree lot
And doesn't, at the end of the film, doesn't Riggs give, Murtaugh his bullet that he carried around for his
for
Christmas
Christmas.
present?
Yes, there is a Christmas present in there. There are Santas in
Yeah.
there. Now,
Man, I didn't even think about that one.
I told you I looked into this one a little bit. My problem with this one is it's a tough one. It's one that I might watch around the Christmas time if I have some free time as an old, like you said, guilty pleasure. Makes you think of your younger years because, before Mel Gibson lost his mind and seemingly found it again, it was a great set of movies, but I could watch it any time of the year and would never think that it has to be around Christmas other than I've just got free time in the background to pop it on, right?
Oh yeah.
So I've seen a lot of arguments out there for it being a Christmas movie because there's so many themes that hit on it, and it hits on almost every theme that I mentioned earlier. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna disagree with myself and say, sorry, it's just a badass action movie that just happens to take place around that season. Because it's
Yeah.
not a focal not a
Correct. It's not a full point. It's mainly the subtle detective. The whole storyline is straight laced detective versus the crazy guy. And
yeah,
then at the end, they come to terms. And in the end, you really don't get the Christmas spirit though until the end when he does give him the bullet as that gift. Like, here you go. This is what I get you for
yeah.
Christmas. I was like, "Huh,
And some people
that's
would say,
pretty
"Oh, I could argue the same thing about Die Hard." No,
cool.
the whole basis is he's coming to visit family, wife, and kids for Christmas. So sorry, don't even
Mhm.
try that bullshit with me. I ain't gonna go there. Not happening. So listen,
No.
Lethal Weapon, great movie, fun movie, good action flick. Watch 1, 2, and 3. I think 4 was cheesy if I remember correctly. 1 and 2 are fantastic. You can't beat the old, mullet haircut that he had and all that great
The
stuff.
earring and the chain smoking. Holy crap.
Oh, that man was a smoker. Yes, he was. Mel Gibson smoked in a lot of movies back then. He must have been a hardcore smoker in real life. I think he
Oh
was.
yeah, he was. He only recently quit like 5 or 8 years ago, and he did it by reading some book, I guess. I don't know. So I'm gonna throw one at you. Now you're going with more of a family drama Christmas movies.
Okay.
One I've seen many times, one I have not. But I recently had this discussion. I don't know if it was a silly dream of mine or an actual conversation that I had while inebriated one evening. So there's two. I don't know if they could be considered rom-coms, but they're definitely holiday dramas.
Okay.
So you have the favorite of Love Actually. Have you seen it?
It's been a while, but I have seen it. I have.
I have not seen Love Actually. Or how about The Family Stone?
Oh, Mike, I haven't seen that.
Okay, The Family Stone
So now you need to convince
is
to watch it for Christmas if you're saying it's a Christmas movie.
so Family Stone wins. It's got Diane Keaton right off the bat. In my opinion, it wins. But I have not seen Love Actually yet, which has a lot of other stars in it that let's see if I can find it here
Okay, so hey,
somewhere.
the premise of Love Actually, and as soon as I see the picture, it reminds me of the movie. I've seen it. Love is all around, and so is heartbreak, as multiple couples navigate romance, family weddings, and airports
Yes.
at
Yes.
Christmas time. Everything happening at
Yes.
Christmas. I mean, we're Hugh Grant, Liam Neeson. It's got some Emma Thompson, Colin Firth. It's got some big Keira Knightley, some big names, people you don't mind looking at, and
Mhm.
great actors and actresses. Um, so
Now
I
we're the
mean,
Family
yeah.
Stone has
Oh,
Diane Keaton, Luke Wilson, Sarah Jessica Parker, John Mulroney. I can never say his name, but yeah, it's family gets together at Christmas time. There's family drama. It's your typical rom com, but the comedy that's pretty solid and realistic at the same time and relatable. So that's a challenge for everybody. Love Actually or The Family Stone. What's your call? I'm a Family Stone guy, but I have yet to see Love Actually.
well, I'm pretty sure knowing your wife, she would love it or at least enjoy it. So I think you're gonna have to watch it and make a decision as to whether it, ever becomes part of your Christmas queue,
Well, The
which
Family Stone is definitely part of my Christmas queue,
so you will watch
which I
it
already
before
watched.
it's already
I've already
watched.
watched it. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to put that on the list down here then. I will. Here's one that's usually on everyone's list, and it's a funny one because it is based around Christmas. It's based on a Christmas wish. It puts it out there. I still think you could almost argue it because I know people watch it at Thanksgiving. Maybe you can't argue. Can you argue Home Alone? Is there any way you could say it's not a Christmas movie?
No, no,
I mean, I
it
want
is
to.
definitely a Christmas movie.
It's a
Only
kid
because,
personality, but
yeah, but you got it's still if you don't get it at the first in the first one, because the first one they do go away for Thanksgiving, right, or something like that.
no, no, it's
It's
Christmas. It's Christmas. The first one, I
it's
mean, the
Christmas
the whole basis of the robbers is they're robbing people away for Christmas
at
vacation.
Christmas,
Yeah,
and the
number
second one
2,
they go to Christmas in Paris,
there's some shit like, and he ends up
right?
in I think I could fight the second one a little bit more other than it ends on Christmas, but, they all end on Christmas Day, but
Yeah. So Home Alone is pretty much a staple in a lot of households. Me, I know, my wife likes Home Alone. I mean, I'll sit in on it if it's on and it's there, and I'm like, I don't sneer at it. It's fun, and I still get a chuckle when the guy laughs with the spider on his face. But
yeah,
But yeah, I would have to say that, yeah, that is too much of a staple and has been aground in so much of us that, like, Scrooge and all the other ones, and even How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It's pretty
Yeah,
much been.
I agree. If it was, if you're looking at lists of stuff that I know is gonna get played in my house, especially with the kids, Home
Oh
Alone is
yeah.
actually probably usually the first one that they're because you can almost like break, it's like popping the, top off of champagne. It's Christmas
Yep.
time, or it's right after Thanksgiving, you can get away with watching Home Alone. I mean, you can watch it's the one Christmas movie you can watch in July and still laugh, right, and enjoy it. The theme, everything
Let
revolves around Christmas, but it is a year-long comedy of joy.
Yeah, do you remember as a kid, Joe,
What?
waiting for when we were kids, and this is really dating us, but the magic that there was at Christmas time when Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the
Frosty.
Snowman animated flicks only came on one time, and you had one Thursday to watch
Um,
it,
if you missed it, you were screwed. Yep,
you were screwed until VHS came out, and it
yep.
ruined it. It ruined that holiday magic of it's a Christmas Charlie Brown and all those. It's like now you can just buy them on VHS and watch them anytime you want.
Yeah, but I would never think to watch him more than once a year. And you know what, Mike? We watched Rudolph last night,
Right, as you should. But to
and,
me, once it got on VHS and I could look at it anytime I wanted to, even in my case, it kind of lost its luster. It didn't have that
oh, it's
same
not
magic as it did when we were kids, going, all right, we have to be 8 o'clock at the TV or we're going to miss Rudolph.
it
I
was
mean, your
like
parents were in on it.
yeah, it was like a Christmas present in itself, right?
Mhm.
And you've only got, just like not that people don't, it's been not followed many times, but again, the theory around is, it's Christmas morning, let's open our gifts. Well, it's
Right.
December 20th, let's watch Rudolph, whatever day it's on. This is it. And there's no, yeah, like you said, there's no going back. And I mean,
Yeah, it was like talk of the household. Like, what night is
totally.
Rudolph on? We cannot miss that. But now it's all like, we'll watch Rudolph Saturday. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll
Rudolph
make it
Saturday.
fit with our thing. We popped it on and it was like, I mean, my daughter was on that couch like, shut up, quiet, listen, watch. We must enjoy, I put that on one of the yearly ones you watch, with the family.
Mhm.
Home Alone, Rudolph, Elf, and I'm not I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
personally Will Ferrell's funny, but
He gets a little much sometimes.
he does, but he owns it in that one so perfectly. I never get tired when the kids wanna watch it. The Grinch, both Jim Carrey and the animated special are both fantastic. I did not realize until last night that without commercials, Mike, straight on, Rudolph is 51 minutes long. And you watch it, you think it's like 15 because you know it so well. It goes so quickly. You're like, there's no way that was 50 minutes. Holy crap.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
My name is Percy Jackson. Getting in trouble is like breathing for me.
The hit series returns to Disney Plus and Hulu.
The danger the camp is under is greater than you can possibly imagine.
For the key to our survival, 3 of you must quest to the Sea of Monsters.
Let's go do the impossible. I'm not gonna let some stupid monster stand in my way.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians. New season now on Disney Plus and Hulu. Learn more at disneyplus.com/what's-on.
Yeah. And then you think about the time it was made, you're like, wow, the time this must have taken to make, man.
Oh.
Months and
Impressive.
months.
Yes. I'm gonna throw one more out there on a controversy. And unless you got one, we're gonna move on to the next topic.
Well,
Here's
let's
the
see
one
what
that
your next one is, and I'll throw out my caveat.
This is one I've seen out there, would not watch it with the kids. Another guilty pleasure, phenomenal movie, Trading Places.
Oh, you took mine.
And I mean, 'cause it's around a
I
Christmas.
love it.
It takes place during I mean, it hits all the holiday, the dress up, the Christmas parties, the whole 9 yards,
Dan Aykroyd pulling the salmon through his beard.
right? I mean, it
That
is
and
It even starts off with a
Oops.
Christmas Miracle with Eddie Murphy and his buddy Holiday, where he can all of a sudden see and he has legs from being a, disabled man
Yeah,
pantsing for money. I think it hits all the themes of Christmas,
all of
happiness,
it.
heartache. It hits every other movie we've talked about. Scrooged is covered by the brothers. Die Hard,
Yep.
there's lots of action in this, and there's guns.
Mhm.
Gremlins, there are scary looking people at sometimes in this movie. Batman, Dan Aykroyd saves the day, and Jamie Lee Curtis is in there looking sexy as hell back in the 80s, which then covers
Uh-huh.
everything we've talked about. Trading Places, Home Alone. Is it a Christmas movie? Yes, it is. Call
Yes.
me no. I don't care.
Now you have a machine gun.
And you know what? Funny enough, Mike, if you haven't seen the Eddie Murphy documentary on Netflix, which is
Not yet.
it is phenomenal. They actually talk about this movie, and it was supposed to be a Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder buddy flick, because that's back when they were still doing
Really?
it. But it was at the time, right around when poor Richard Pryor freebased and blew himself up or caught himself on fire.
And
And it turned into Dan Aykroyd, and Eddie Murphy was just blowing up, and it worked. So, I mean, if you don't know we're talking about, people, you either do or you don't. It is a phenomenal movie, whether you want to consider it Christmas or not. Well written, well acted, just enjoyable. Probably not one you want to watch with your kids. It's gonna bore them,
no.
but
And
it
it's
is.
got some nudity.
Yeah, it does have a little. It's not gratuitous or.
Jamie Lee Curtis does show some, and there is one at one of the parties that they have
Oh,
at.
is there? Okay, but hey, Die Hard shows boobs on the a couple times too, briefly.
Yeah,
But
it's
it is
it's
a
all in your parental
yes.
preference. We don't judge.
Yes, but it's also a well-written story. It is not yeah. So, people, you don't have to watch it around Christmas. I would recommend it. It's definitely a cold weather movie, that's for sure,
Oh,
and I could easily get away with it's a mom and dad chilling, good movie to watch around Christmas time. It's a great time to
oh
pull that.
yeah.
So that was
Just a
yours?
hot cup of coffee on a Saturday morning. Yeah, that was my caveat because as soon as I saw that on the list, I'm like, oh, definitely watch that every winter.
Yes,
I'll even watch it in February as long as there's snow on the ground. It's kind of
right?
like having good hot peppermint cocoa or something. Ew, wow.
Word. Or you ever had a really good hot cocoa and you put a shot of screwdriver in that? Or a
Hell yeah.
screwball? Not screwdriver, screwball, which is that peanut butter
Yeah,
whiskey?
yeah.
Oh, it's like
Almost picked
drinking
the bottle up the other day.
a Reese cup that hugs you back. Well, that's a fun list. I think we covered a good bit of them there. Unfortunately, for most of them, I think we followed the kind of the crowd as to where they mix on them. I think we disagreed on a few, with some people are
Mhm.
out there, you know, we hit on a few that we might say, "No, this is why I wouldn't," but I do anyway. And even when I go Die Hard 2 is also a Christmas movie because of when it
Yep.
happens and takes place. 3, 4, out the door, no, you're not, but 1 and 2, 1,000,000,000%. So if we're talking about that, Mike, we're talking
Yeah.
Christmas movies now. We've talked about a bunch of them here. I think there's a chance that some of what we talked about is gonna be in the list I'm about to ask you for. But what is your top 5? If Mike is gonna has to watch 5 Christmas movies,
Ooh.
even just for Mike, you don't have to pull it out for the kid, you don't pull it out for the wife, for the family, nothing. But Mike has 5 Christmas movies that he just needs to watch in between Thanksgiving and, say, New Year's Eve. That's your time
All
frame when
right.
you can watch this, all right? I'm giving you a big buffer of time so you can have
So,
some
so,
crazies that'll say Lord of the Rings. I don't know why, but people will say that shit. Where are you?
so I'm not going to go in any specific order.
Nope.
These
Okay,
will
just
be
5
my
that you would
five.
have to watch.
I'm going to do a hot fire. So Muppets Christmas Carol and
Wait, which one?
National Lampoon. The Muppets Christmas Carol. It's the
Okay, you
one
said
with
Muppets. Sorry, I missed that. Yep, good one.
yeah. So then and that one has a special spot for me because when my brothers were real little, we watched that together like multiple times. So it kind of hugs that. I'm going to know me better. Yes. Then I'm gonna go Christmas Vacation, National Lampoons, and then I'm gonna go The Family Stone.
Oh, you better because you talked that one up a lot.
I just watched it like 3 days ago while I was doing fudge in the kitchen.
Ooh, nice. Now I want some
So
fudge.
it was peanut butter fudge actually. Alton Brown's recipe. It's fail safe. I'm sharing it with everybody.
Whose recipe?
Alton Brown. Alton Brown.
That might be the one we use if it is, because it's fantastic and you can't mess
Oh
it
yeah,
up. Yeah.
it's so easy. 2 minutes in the microwave. Stir. 2 minutes in the microwave. stir.
Oh, no.
Vanilla powdered sugar, stir. Done.
Nope, nope, that's not
Trust
ours.
me.
That's not ours. Sorry. We use the softball test. Everything is on the pan, in the stove, and I want marshmallow fluff in that baby.
Yeah, yeah. You should
Whatever.
taste. You know what? Taste my fudge, Joe.
All right, we're gonna have a fudge off next time we get together around the holidays. All right.
Kinky.
You only got 3, Mike. All right. You got
All
Muppets
right.
Christmas
So
Carol. You got
Christmas
Family Stone,
Vacation,
Christmas Vacation.
Family Stone. I'm gonna have to go The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Okay.
And the other one is kind of that's a toss up.
We don't hate here, Mike. It's okay. Well, we do, but
I know because it would have to go, it would be a trifecta. So it would have to be Elf and then, we'll just say Elf and finish that off. Yeah. Because I know if that came on the TV and I knew it was there, I wouldn't turn it off. I was like, yep, there grandma's. It's time for Christmas. Even though it gets a little cheesy at the end, I'm still on.
yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
Well, even Santa Claus with Tim Toolman Taylor, 94.
the first one is good. Yes, the first one is good.
Yes. The
I'm
rest of
gonna.
them can suck.
I would one up it. Actually, have you watched? Is it Claus or Chris Kringle? The one with Goldie Hawn as Miss Claus and Kurt Russell as Santa.
I
Funny
don't
enough,
think I've ever seen that.
my family is watching it right now. The is it Christmas Chronicles?
Christmas Chronicles.
It's on Netflix. Phenomenal. Like it is. I'd actually would put it on my list as one I prefer to watch, especially with the family. It's fun. It's well done.
It's newer,
And
isn't it? I
I
haven't
would
seen it
I
yet.
would love Kurt Russell to be my Santa Claus. I think he'd be a cool one. I think he'd be a dope guy to hang out with. I really hope he's not a douchebag. I have a feeling he's not.
He's not.
You
No,
know,
he's a little Hollywood diluted. You could tell in some of his interviews, but now he's at the age where he's more of like a storyteller. So he's like the wisdom filled savant of Hollywood since he's been there since he was a kid. So he
yeah. I
tells
mean,
some great stories.
yeah. Him and
But
Goldie
I'm
been
looking at
together
it right.
forever. I
Yeah,
mean,
Christmas Chronicles 2018. Yeah,
check.
67.
There's 2 of them. The first one is very good. The second one's fun, but not as good. But number the Christmas Chronicles, that would make my top 5 that I would watch. I'm with you on National Lampoons. You gotta like we watched it with our kids for the first time last year. I thought about seeing if they would enjoy it because it is, it's hit and miss with the humor throughout it because there is storyline and
There's
they
lots of
loved it.
adult humor in there.
There is, but I brought it up the other day and they were like, "Oh, is that the one where he's mad at his boss at the end?" I'm like, "That's the one." They're like, "Yeah, that was okay. We could watch that again." So if a 10-year-old and a 15-year-old are willing to watch it, the overarching theme stayed with it. It's a classic. You're always going to watch it. So there's 2 for me. Mike, I'm going to hit one that I have to watch every year that you did not hit that we hit. Die Hard. Booyah.
Yeah.
I must watch it. I will watch it if I have to on Christmas Eve. I don't care. It will always happen before Christmas in my peripheral. I will watch that movie.
Where I'm a diehard guy, even in the middle of summer. It's kind of like
Oh.
one of those movies. Either it's there for me or it's not. But I agree, Christmas film, 100%. But yeah, it's not on my top 5. Sorry,
No,
Jeff.
okay, hey, that's fine. For me, it's not Christmas until you see Franz Gruber falling from the Nakatomi clock. I would love to have that countdown. Maybe one day my wife will get me that advent calendar where you take them down a floor every day. So that's 3 for me. I actually think it's a tough one, but I think I'm gonna say Rudolph because I really was I really enjoyed it more than I even thought I did last night when I watched it. And I know we watch it every year. We search it out, make sure we find it. You only watch it once a year. It's not even one that I want to watch 5 times during Christmas, but it makes you feel sad and good at the same time. It's a great story. And again, like we talked about, the effort that went into making it is so amazing. That's the coolest part about it, honestly.
Agreed.
That's definitely on there for me, and I hate to say it, but I see I'm a toss-up between Home Alone and Elf because there's
Yeah.
probably I can't think of a Christmas that's gone by where I haven't seen both of them. Sometimes with
No, some
kids,
of that's just
so they're like,
geography because they're on every other channel, Jeff, in the holidays.
yeah, and
Either
there's always
turn it, it's Elf or it's Home Alone.
yeah, and there's always somebody who wants to watch them. The Grinch is another one. That's super high up there. Definitely
Hmm.
probably my favorite Jim Carrey movie because he's not really Jim Carrey-ish in it, and I love a lot of his movies, but I think he pulled that off beautifully. So, okay, that's I'm gonna put Home Alone above Elf, and that's a tough one for me, but I think
I get it though.
the reason I'm gonna do it is I love the cringe factor of looking over at my wife when the guys are breaking in at the last bit of the movie, and every time something happens to him, she's like, it just, it adds that level of, "Yeah, this is just fun." I love it.
Yeah,
So, okay, Mike, you ready? I got
yeah.
2 more questions for you, baby. 2 more.
What
All
you
right,
got?
one I think they might both be easy, but because we hit a top 5, but is there one that you have to watch every year? Like Christmas, that you would feel like Christmas didn't happen if you didn't watch X.
Ooh,
What is that? I
ooh.
mean, always one that just kinda it is your Christmas. Yeah, and without it, maybe it's a Family Stone for you. It seems to be a pretty
No, no.
heartfelt one,
For
but
me, it beckons back to the times when my brothers were toddlers and we were coming up. It's gonna. I'm gonna have to caveat back to the Muppets Christmas Carol.
love it. Okay. I like
That's
that.
a sentiment. Well, that's a sentiment kill for me. So yeah, that's. I've already watched that and the Family Stone. The Family Stone is more like a, the
Guilty
Mike's
pleasure?
family kind of craziness that we can all relate to. With the big family and all the different kinds of personalities that are involved. But the Muppets Christmas Carol with my brothers, yeah, that definitely holds a hot spot. And I've already
Okay.
watched it, and I'll watch it again.
Beautiful. Well, like I said, I'm gonna check it out, I promise. No, for me, I'm actually which is kinda shitty of me because I'm almost putting myself down here as I think on it here because it
Mhm.
made the last of my top 5, and it was even a buffer, but I think honestly, it's if I don't we haven't seen Home Alone, it's not been Christmas yet. It's kinda like I said, it breaks the seal of Christmas. It always has with my children. I would have to ever since I've had kids that are old enough to watch a comedy of that, it has always been the staple. It is Christmas in the house. It
Yeah.
starts it, it ends with it, it goes with it, so it has to happen. Before my kids, yeah, it would probably be, your old school, like a Rudolph type of deal, honestly. But yeah, since I've had children, Home Alone has to play at least once during the holiday season, or it's just didn't
Yeah.
in my opinion. All right, and
Hallelujah.
one last one for you.
Bring it.
We talked about what you have to watch, Mike.
Mhm.
Is there one out there you just can't stand? Day someone turns it on and you're just like, I'm gone. This is the dumbest holiday movie ever. I don't need this in my life. Period.
Anything on the Hallmark Channel.
Oh wait,
I know that's too easy, but
or is
yeah.
there
So we're going more mainstream. We're okay.
Nope. Because the problem is I've gotten pulled into this before, Mike. Because if you go over to a family where you're only like 60% comfortable and maybe you got a nice cup of coffee and pie or whatever, and the only thing that they ever have on in their house is the Hallmark Channel Christmas movies, you're gonna sit there and
Yeah.
stare at them for 6 years. And you'll be like, well, yes, yes, they do. They have it's a script, it follows each other over and over, but you watch it anyway because that's just how we're programmed. Um, so no, I want one
That's a
that will make you wanna walk out of the room. I just don't wanna see this stupid movie. I got one, and it's one people love.
um.
I hope it's not the same one you pull out of your
I'm scrolling a list of experience here. Go ahead and give me yours. Yeah, I am
Alright,
cheating only
I
because
will. Polar
my
Express.
Rolodex is kind of low on this. Oh, that's a good one, sir.
Dude, it's just I don't know how people love that movie. The animation is gross. There's nothing about that movie that captures my attention for an iota of a second. Not even close. There's no
Yeah,
even Tom Hanks' wonderful voice does not pull me in. Sorry. No. And my children are the same way. They're like, "That movie sucks." I know some people, love it, live by it,
yeah.
but not me. Sorry, not sorry.
I'm also going to get a lot of hate for this because it is a classic in so many people's house. And even though I love his Christmas music every season and I sing along with it while I'm baking and doing dishes, and it's just gross. But White Christmas, I just can't.
Can't stand it?
I can't stand that freaking movie. I mean, the older tone of it and the train ride and the I'm Dreaming of White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. I just can't. I can't.
I understand, Mike. I understand.
It's like, oh, White Christmas. Well, I have laundry to do.
Right? Yeah. I'm gonna fall asleep. Not here.
Yeah, it's almost like give me a shot and give me a pillow and a blankie. I'm good.
Give me anything. Please click, click, click. What else is on? I don't care. Yeah. I
Yeah, but
agree.
mine would have to be White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Dean Kaye.
Okay.
Yeah, just it's got its moments, I know, and it's a. I even have some family members where their wives, that's their Christmas tradition, where that's not their Christmas without it, and they even go
Really?
see it in the theaters. I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, I'd agree. I've heard a few, I actually saw a couple lists that thought the Harry Potter movies fall into the Christmas theme, and I'm like, "No, they all
The
cover a
first
whole
one
year."
kind of does, only because he goes, yeah, it covers the whole year, but that's that the real like suspense part comes when everybody's gone and it's just Harry and a few other kids and it's Christmas time. He doesn't have anybody,
Yeah,
that
but you
kind of
don't
cool moment. But it's not
have you
Christmas.
but have you ever poured yourself a cup of eggnog and been like, "I wanna watch Harry Potter now"? No.
Shit to the no.
You know, those other ones we talked about? Yes. So
Oh yeah.
listen, when you're pouring your
Ladies and
eggnog,
gentlemen,
when you're watching Family Stone, whether you drink it dry or with a little bit of nip, enjoy it. Love your family. Love the season. Try to stay warm. Mike,
I'm
now
trying.
I have a couple movies I now have to watch, so I'm gonna find some time to fit them in there. Thank you. Thank you. And so do you.
Your wife will also like the Family Stone. There's really
Okay.
nobody I don't know that doesn't like the Family Stone. So it's a fun flick. It's a drama, but it's fun.
It must be dysfunctional like us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Like every family. That's what makes it so great. And the acting in it is so good and real. It flows really well with all the characters and the realism of it, the sadness and the happiness.
Well, beautiful.
That's even,
I promise to check it out.
and I will check out A Christmas Chronicles.
I think you'll enjoy it. I think, I wanna say your son would enjoy it, but he might have hit the age where he's gonna be like, "Dumb, dumb." Maybe, maybe not. I know it's a tough one, but I think he would actually enjoy it. It's a good one. I'm not gonna say that. Check it out. Your wife will love it. I think your son will go with it too. I think he'll go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, none of these films are sponsored by Common Sense and the Devil's Advocate. We are just personal opinion people.
True that. We're not throwing rotten
Mm.
at anything, but we make no money. We just spend it. Which is the theme of
Happy Christmas.
year.
Oh yeah.
All right, Michael, until I catch you next week, we're gonna have a fun topic next week. We're gonna have a good guest next week. I've been talking with a few people lately. I think we got some good, fun people lined up for the upcoming months. We got a lot going on. Tough holiday season. People, we might miss a week here and there. We'll try our best not to, mostly because we love to talk with ourselves.
Yeah. And a lot of family stuff going on.
But getting away from that family, this is a great excuse. Michael, stay warm. I love you. I miss you. I hope to see you soon.
Same here, brother.
Big hugs to everybody up there. I will talk to you in a few days.
Enjoy the holidays, people.
Always and forever.